on you stink. MCs don't give a what you think. Rapping if it's beef, I hit a brinks and put that kind of paper on your head to make a lot of blink. Now think, wouldn't you rather keep it music than to lose it all cause of music? I'm sure that's not how Bambaataa wanted us to use it. Now move it before I lose it. And I'm in it for the long haul. Bars, like lifers in a long haul. Bar, my life rocking mics, I raised the bar. Phased them, dazed them, and blazed them all. Scar, come on with it.
Me and you getting it on, don't even go there.
Come on with it, cause you know what we got to do. Come on with it.
Me and you getting it on, don't even go there.
Word up, come on with it.
Crazy, once I bring it to you, you won't be safe nowhere.
Real cinema, the feature's a top feature. Whose favorite MC is the Bronx teacher?
It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Minnesota Timberwolves. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors playing here at the Oracle Arena. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harney. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Minnesota, Wiggins outside at the 3 with Anthony Towns at the 4. Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Jang in at the 5. Here's Levine. At the top of the key, Towns. Wiggins kicks to Towns. On the money from 12 feet away.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Thompson for 3. Bean with the rebound. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
And our old partner, Steve Kerr, also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars. And Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success.
No.
I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff,
point.
And Steve has that.
Excellent point.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's Green missing.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Rubio outside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Minnesota with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? Sometimes just a pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Barbosa in for Steph Curry. Kicks it out to Rubio. Now here's Muhammad. He's covered by Iguodala. The dish now to Pekovic. Wiggins kicks to Rubio. To the wing right side. Wiggins passes to Towns. 5 on the clock. And another shot. And Wiggins gets it to go on the assist by Rubio. 6 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
And that steal made it possible. And if they can use a few more sequences just like that.
Nailed from three-point land. Wiggins has got 9 points.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4 or 5.
And Spates gets it to go.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
There's a screen to the wing right side. Barbosa against Wiggins. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And it's Iguodala with the jam.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam?
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
And guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Timberwolves lead by 8. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Tayshaun Prince up there with Payne. Then there's Muhammad. Then it's Gorgie Dad. And it's Levine at the 1 spot.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Here's Curry with the 3. Timberwolves leading by 7. Here's Levine. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Payne dishes to Jang. And now Barnes running the floor all by himself.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And, Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league in Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And, Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
And there's the call on Shabazz Muhammad. That is his first foul of the game. Clark, he's checked in for Thompson. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Curry kicks to Azili. And stolen by Jang. Here's Muhammad. No good. And Golden State will go the other way with it. To the paint. And here's Barnes for three. That's good. Barnes has got 5 points so far.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Warriors trail by 5. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Levine. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for the Warriors. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Adrian Payne. Here's Levine. Finishes the break with a slam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Muhammad. Offline with his three. Warriors have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. A young team trying to find their place in the league can have it tough on the road, Clark, and the 2015 Timberwolves typified that sentiment.
In spades, 7-34 on the road last season. Dead last in the West as they won only 3 road games against the rest of the conference.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Green comes in for Harrison Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Jang. Towns comes in for Tayshaun Prince. Andrew Wiggins is checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
The three. Kept alive, Minnesota. Warriors trail by 7. Passes it to Rush. The feed to Spates. Garnett comes over to help. The kick out to Spates. And a miss there on the triple. For Minnesota, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
The drive by Green.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Here is Livingston, covered by Rubio. Barbosa for 3. That's good.
Having much more success here in the second. After missing on a few chances that they had earlier. They've locked in and zoned in here now.
Rubio the pass to Wiggins. With 1 on the clock. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so we conclude the first half. Minnesota on top. They're up by 6. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Barnes in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And that one's good. Wiggins.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Curry. Again, Golden State.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Warriors trail by 4. Outside, Green. The three-pointer, no good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Levine can't hit.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Here's Bogut. Sinks that one from the post. Bogut's got his first points in this one. Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place in the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
The Timberwolves have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Minnesota also making some changes. Adrian Payne comes in for Towns. And Tayshaun Prince subbed in for Wiggins.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Barnes. Ian Clark's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for the Timberwolves. Muhammad comes in for Ricky Rubio. Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Kicks it to Ezeli. He feeds it to Spates. Dishes it to Livingston. 5 on the clock. Spates kicks to Clark. Buries the long-range jumper. Clark's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Minnesota in the lead. Levine kicks to Begovic. Prince outside. And the foul on Tayshaun Prince. That's his first foul.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for pain.
And last season, really a tale of 2 halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
Give it up for him, your Warriors girl.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Here's Livingston. Garnett with the block. Azili kicks to Iguodala. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Garnett.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Clock at 6. From the baseline, the Timberwolves again can't hit.
But they'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Right on. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter in this situation.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Levine. Got it off in time. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. For Minnesota, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And that's a look.
Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Youngsters Anthony Towns and Zhang are in the post. Ricky Rubio is out there with Wiggins. And it's Muhammad in the small forward. Rubio misses.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And it's good. And that's now 6 points for Iguodala.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And Green slams it in.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
I think the crowd is still stunned by that one.
Here's Towns. Rebound Bogut. Bogut's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. It's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Oh!
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
They kick it out to Green. And, yep, couple bounces, and it falls. Green's got 4 this quarter.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Minnesota calls timeout. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, during that break, Minnesota's head coach had some words for his team. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
And guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
Curry can't get it to go.
Nope.
He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
Levine's checked in for Minnesota. Green up on top. Stolen by Levine. And they're pushing it up. Here's Wiggins. They grab their own miss. He kicks it to Levine. The pass to Towns. Tries to keep it alive. Barnes kicks to Curry. A flawless finish on the alley-oop. And the Warriors lead by 7.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And great work at the line there to chip away at the lead. A few more productive trips here, and things could really get interesting.
And he gets it to go.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
Towns dishes to Levine. The Warriors pull it in.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And the Timberwolves call time. They're behind by 10. 1:15 left in the fourth. .15 left here in the fourth quarter. Shoots from the baseline. And that one's good. Wiggins. Wiggins has got 9 points now in just the second half. Curry against Rubio. There's the triple. Curry can't get it to go.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
There's no doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down. Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Barnes passes to Green.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on it.
And it's the Warriors on the break. Thompson with the ball. Golden State moving it around.
not sure there's anything they can do to salvage this one.
Not anymore. I mean, any chance they had got away from them, slipped right out of their hand.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break. Boy, you got to love it. The picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprised, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Counts for two.
Yeah, it does. Almost makes it a little more special, though, when you can have a little bit of grace as opposed to just the full Monty with the power.
And the Timberwolves call timing. They're down by 8. 7 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, I think he's just trying to send his team a message, you know, not willing to give up on this game just yet. Just trying to instill that fight in this group.
Yeah, hey, I'm all for giving messages and teaching lessons, and I respect that, but at some point, if it's over, it's over. I mean, you need to be looking at the next one. This one's done. Forget about it. Let's move on.
And the Timberwolves call timing. They trailed by 8. 6 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this time out here.
Yeah.